I've considered a transfer of wealth that's happening. I actually see happening now with Bitcoin, because what's quite interesting, if you own some Bitcoin and we have a bull run and you 5-10x your wealth, you can say, you can have something that you want to change in your life. Maybe it's like buy a house. I moved house in the last couple of years. That only happened because of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a transfer of wealth, because I had the Bitcoin, so I'm able to level up and get this house.
Right.
And I think that might become more extreme as Bitcoin grows more, because I always feel like even though some rich people have adopted Bitcoin, they will, it's a bottom-up adoption. And so we may see this transfer of wealth as Bitcoin grows, where people who don't have much money but have a bit of Bitcoin, they level up.
Yeah.
And as their wealth levels up, they sell a bit. They maybe get a new house. And this, so I've got this like romantic idea that we see this leveling up and transfer of wealth with Bitcoin. But
no, it's funny because I have a similar story with my first house. I had all my money in one bank account. I wanted to move to another bank account to do the mortgage there. And I did it was like a $30,000 transfer to the other bank, but they like screwed up the serial numbers or something on the bank transfer, and like no one would help me. So they're like, "Oh yeah, your money's gone." So I was like, "What?" So I was like, "Okay, well I have to make this down payment like tomorrow." So I had to use Bitcoin, to actually do it. Like Bitcoin is in some sense the reason why I own my first house. So it's things like that where people realize Bitcoin is just more reliable money for when you're like, oh shit moments, when people are trying to screw you over and people are not willing to help you. I eventually had like a friend in the bank who I had to go contact to like help me out. But if I didn't have that, I'd be screwed, right? So,
well, it always gets me when people are like, yeah, but Bitcoin isn't really used. It doesn't really serve a purpose. We had it the other day, Orange Pill app. Yeah, they're a sponsor of the football club and they're sponsoring the podcast. Yeah. And Matteo, great guy. Actually, I think we're seeing him tonight. And so anyway, I sent him the invoice and he tries to make the payment. He says, oh, there's something wrong with the payment. I think your address is wrong. And when I go, no, the address is correct. And he came back and says, is the phone number? I was like, no. He's like, oh, fuck it. Can I just send you like magic internet money? I was like, yeah, bang, bang, done. 10 minutes later, I've got it.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, just like bang, done. But it's not the first time it happened. That happened with, what was that wallet? The Monero wallet.
Cake.
Yeah, Cake wallet. Mm. Yeah, that one was even more fucked up. So they tried to pay us. And then the bank, I was with TransferWise at that point. And TransferWise, they're really invasive with this stuff. It's like they're often like, can you show us a copy of the invoice? Here's the invoice. Can we see your contract with them? So I did. And they came back and said, we don't like this company, so we're not willing to take their money and transfer it to you. I'm like, what the fuck? Again, Bitcoin, done.
Yeah.
And so the amount of times this happens, I'm like, are you sure Bitcoin doesn't have a purpose?
I know, like even sometimes when you go to the bank nowadays, when you want to deposit money or something, they're like, what, where'd you get this money? And they're like, and it's like it's so privacy invasive so many times. Like the banks are not your friends in that situation. So, and even I remember the early days, like 2013 or something, we were, this guy, he was anonymous. He sent us email. He's like, oh, we found a vulnerability in your website. And he was like from Germany or something. Like, oh, I'm like, well, I want to reward you for finding this vulnerability. And he just posted a Bitcoin address. And this was like in 2013. I didn't know where he was from. I didn't know I didn't know his name, but I was able to reward him. And like that's the power of these types of protocols, is that I don't even know how I would do that with the existing legacy financial system. It would just be impossible, I imagine.
But you just couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I lost my bank account. I was with I don't know if you've heard this, but I was with Lloyd's TSB for 25 years. Yeah, since I was like 17.
Wow. Multiple
bank accounts, loans, mortgages, fully paid off, never my own overdraft, like good customer. I get a phone call one day and some young girl, she says, hi, I'm from Lloyd's customer care. I just want to ask you about some transactions. I'm like, sure. She's like, you sent this money on this day to here. Can I ask what it was for? And I was like, nope, none of your business. I was like, do I have to answer this? She said, no. I said, well, I'm not answering this. I said, am I under investigation? She said, no. I was like, do you suspect I've committed a crime? She was like, no, because I was like, if you have, you should go through the police. And I'm thinking, but what I really don't want to do is, what was I then? 41 years old, I think I was, 42 years old. I run 3 businesses. I've got 2 kids. I'm a grown adult. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm not telling some 22-year-old all my personal information.
Right.
It's like bullshit. I get a letter like 2 days later saying your bank account will close in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's like nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. They don't have to give you a reason. They don't give you a reason. And they close your account. When my account got closed by TransferWise, that's when I moved to TransferWise. When my account got closed by them afterwards, that was because Gemini were a sponsor. They said, And their terms of service says you cannot transfer money to crypto exchanges for the purpose of buying cryptocurrencies. Fine, I'm not doing that. They're paying an invoice. No, that fucked up one is they froze all my money. Yeah,
Wow.
they froze my money. I was like, well, hold on, I've got to make payroll here. I've got to pay for things. I need that money. They froze it for 2 weeks.
There's this like obsession with control in the people in this industry, and I don't know like what that is derived from. I imagine they have all of the power, and they are not subject to these rules. But it feels like you're just playing this game from these people in control, and it feels very unnatural and very uncomfortable. And I've been increasingly seeing as banks just a liability. Like I try to keep most of my money out of banks at this point, and so I just like run my own node, run my own Lightning node. I do most of my business out of my Lightning node. And that's just like I don't have to worry about people freezing my funds because it's like they can't, and that's what it should be, right?
So is Damas essentially on a Bitcoin standard?
Yeah, Damas is.
Damas.
Damas, yeah, Nostradamus.
Of course, yeah.
No, yeah, it's we get a lot of money from like grants. Like OpenSats has been really great, and Jack's been really great, and we get paid in Bitcoin. We pay our employees in Bitcoin. I don't have any money in my bank account; it's all Bitcoin. So I'm living the fiat standard. It's a little bit volatile, but the volatility doesn't bother me because I realize that it's just the right way moving forward. And so I'm just trying to embrace it and live in the future because I want this future to be a reality. So why not just go all in and just live it, right?
Well, that's what Max Hildebrand said to me because he's on a Bitcoin stand, and he said every time there's a bull run, you regret every kind of pound or dollar that you didn't put in Bitcoin. He said, so I've just done it, and every bull run, I was right, and we can't do that yet because the businesses we run like require fiat,
right? Yeah.
But I try not to keep in my personal account. I would never. I say this. It sounds so privileged. I don't keep more than £80,000 in there because you're insured up to £80,000. I don't keep £80,000 in there because I don't have £80,000. And if I did, I would put that in Bitcoin because I think it's a better place to put your money in terms of protecting your wealth. But in a business, we don't have that luxury.
Right.
We have cash flow, and the cash flow requires more than £80,000, and we're always exposed. I mean, what I've just said to you there about Metro.
Right.
Metro Bank in the UK, for people listening, are having to raise funds because they need to shore up their balance sheet. They've got financial issues. After TransferWise, I actually went to Metro and asked to open the bank account. They rejected us because the company had the word Bitcoin in its name, because we're What Bitcoin Did Limited. But we could have been with them right now, and right now I'd be like, my funds are at risk. And I'm sure there's going to be a run on them right now. I'm sure of it, of some kind.
For sure.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I would be withdrawing mine.
100%.
Money?
It's so quick now. You don't need to go down the bank to the high street. That'll be happening. We'll have our own BTFP program soon.
I hope not.
I mean, I think the precedent's set. I don't think they're going to let people lose money.
Pain is important.
It is.
I'm worried about that with like my company because I have Nostra in the name. I wonder if like one day Nostra is associated with like radical free speech, and then it's like they can't do business with anyone. But maybe that's further down the road.
Yeah, you're a revolutionary trying to stabilize the world with people talking.
Yeah,
dude. By the way, congratulations on everything you've done and achieved.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. I don't know much about your background.
Okay.
I don't know what you were doing pre-Damas.
Okay. Yeah. So
also, you look really fucking young.
I'm 34 actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that young.
I'm taking life extensions. No, I'm just joking.
Are you injecting virgin blood? He looks something younger than you.
Yeah, well, I've got no hair. 32.
Even with a hat on, I think you look young.
Who's that crazy guy doing like the
Yeah.
the life extension stuff. Like that's what's wild. I don't know. If
He
I'll
looks like
ever
a
get there.
vampire.
I know.
He's fucking weird.
It seems like it's working though. I don't know.
Yeah, but have you seen his actual diet?
Wait, who's
No.
this?
The vampire guy.
What's
who
his?
injects
I don't know his name, but
like virgin blood into him or something. It's a fucking freak. You not seen this guy?
Does he run like a hedge fund or something?
Don't know.
he ran some company that was.
How would you find him? How do you Google him?
Vampire guy didn't work.
Is that what you put?
I put vampire guy virgin.
Put, health guy, inject blood, live long. If you go to
Brian
images,
Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know until I see him.
From his son.
Yeah, look at
Fucking
him.
freak.
Look how weird. How weird is that guy?
Yeah.
Have you seen his diet?
No. What?
Yeah, like search for his diet. This is where it gets insane. It's like I can't be fucking bothered. Like when you see what? No, honestly, you see his.
1 meal, 23-hour fast, 100% nutrition.
There's like a whole.
It's like a regimen. It's like it sounds very intense.
Yeah, but
I think his son's weird too. Why is he giving him his blood?
Yeah, that is
Dad,
weird.
fuck off.
Shall I call Connor? Shall I text him and say, Connor, can I have some of your blood? Let's see what he says. Let's text my son. What's his name? Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
All right. I've just texted Connor. Dude, can I have some of your blood? Google Brian Johnson. See what he says.
Is your son a big Bitcoiner?
He's becoming one. He's definitely a Bitcoiner. So I've got a deal with him. So I put £50 a month away from him ever since he was like born. It's just, I wish I'd put £50 in Bitcoin because he was born in 2004. He'd be a billionaire right now. But anyway, I put it into the bank. And when he finished school, university, it's like, you can have that money. And he quit uni back in April, and I hadn't even thought about it. He just messaged me. He goes, Dad, can I have my money? I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, why? What do you want to do with it? He said, I want to buy Bitcoin.
Nice.
I was like, cool. And he keeps asking me to help him. The mistake I've made is say, no, you go figure it out. But what I've said to him, he's got like £12,000. I said, if you do it, whatever you get, I'll round up to 1 Bitcoin. We'll get you a wallet. We'll set it up. We'll put it away. You have a Bitcoin. You will be in a position when you're my age where the majority of the world wants to be and won't be, where you own a Bitcoin. And then you can add to that and stack to that. And do you know he works on the show?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so in April, he quit uni. He's like, just wasn't doing any fucking work. And so I made him an offer. I said, come and work for me. And he basically works for Danny. And he does he's been on one trip with us and helps with the production. He edits all the clips for YouTube. And he was also on a show with Michael Saylor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
That's
really
awesome.
cool. I think in watching the show, it started to resonate with him. And so he's very interested in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old, and because I'm always talking about Bitcoin, and he's 7-year-olds are very inquisitive. They want to learn about the world. So I'm always talking about it. He's like, oh, so now he's always repeating things I say. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna have a bank account. I'm going to be on the Bitcoin standard. I'm like, dude, this kid's way ahead.
Yeah. My daughter will definitely be more of a Bitcoiner. She's a bit younger, but she's really inquisitive. She asks questions, but she's greedy, like in a positive way. She's like, Dad, if I put my money in Bitcoin, will I have more money in the future? I'm like, probably. She's like, okay, I want Bitcoin. But yeah, look, dude, congratulations, amazing. So hold on, we distracted
You were
ourselves.
asking my background or something.
And then we got into virgin blood. How the fuck did we segue onto that?
I don't know.